So, you want to smell good, but you're on a budget? Well, you've come to the right video. Today I'm going to talk about the best cheap fall fragrances that you could pick up this year. And as of now, you can find all of these fragrances on the discounters for around that $50 price point or even less, so they provide amazing value and are truly great buys. And even though the price may be cheap for these fragrances, they smell so much more expensive than the price point, so truly is a win-win situation. Warm, spicy, sweet, you name it, I have it on this list, so no matter what your personal preference is, I got something on here for you. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody is doing well. My name is Ty, and here I primarily talk about fragrances, but we also sprinkle in some fashion and lifestyle content as well. So all about helping you show up as your best self consistently, day in and day out, by looking good, smelling good, and feeling good. Y'all know the vibes, man. So do me a favor if you're interested in those type of videos or that type of content. Subscribe below for weekly fragrance and fashion content, and make sure you hit the bell so you can stay notified anytime I post any new videos. Okay, let's jump into the list. We'll get things kicked off with Salvatore Ferragamo's Uomo. And this one here, y'all, is so good. Very, very good quality for the price, and it smells so much more expensive than a price point, right? To me, this one low-key gives off niche vibes in terms of the creativity and just how different it smells from maybe some of the other things that you would smell at this price point. So one that I really like, I really enjoy. It really gives off this sort of dessert vibe. So there's a tiramisu note in this one, and to me it comes off as like a coffee cake or a coffee with kind of cream and vanilla. Warm, it's sweet, there's slight spice in it as well. Just smells really good, and it's one of my favorites for date night because again, I think this one definitely stands out while not doing too much. So getting the list kicked off with a strong one. It's Salvatore Ferragamo's Uomo. Okay, y'all, next up we have Afnan Supremacy and Oud, and this one's actually a clone of Initio's Oud for Greatness, and it's a really, really good one at that. So similar to the OG DNA, you get that warm, slightly spicy, sweet oud in here, and just smells absolutely amazing. But I will say this one is a slight twist, because I feel like it's a little bit sweeter, and it also lists, I believe, fruity notes, or technically what's listed in the fragrance, but kind of does give off this slightly fruity and sweet vibe just in the opening. Again, the sweetness is maintained throughout, but to me, actually, I think it's one of those situations where the twist may actually work in favor for a lot of people, because if you're new to fragrances or you're just getting into oud, Initio's Oud for Greatness, I do think that is a great one, and it's one that's extremely wearable, but this one may be even a touch more wearable. Again, just has a little bit more of that sweetness, might make you enjoy it a little bit more, and as well as others around you likely to enjoy this one maybe just a touch more because of the sweetness. But all in all, very close to the original. Another amazing option for the fall, and again, can't believe the price on this because it smells so much more expensive. So that is Afnan Supremacy and Oud. Okay, this next one you won't find on the discounters, but you could definitely check it out on their website, and it's Alexandria Fragrances 1981X. Alexandria typically does, sales throughout the year, so if you catch them on sale, you'll save even more. But even at the retail price, I believe you could pick up a 50 ml of this for right around that $55 price point. So again, still fitting for this video. But this fragrance here, y'all, 1981X, is actually a clone of Xerjoff's Naxos, and another really, really good one. All about that honey, tobacco. You also get the tonka bean in here, so it's rich, it's sweet, but it's not your typical sweetness, right? So if you're used to kind of designer fragrances and sort of that, overly sugary vanilla sweetness, right? A little bit different here, right? The honey gives it a slightly elevated vibe, and I'd say this is definitely one for the fellas that are maybe 30 and 35 and up, right? That can appreciate a bit more of a, I won't say mature, because I know that scares people away, but it's a bit more of an elevated sweetness, right? That honey and tobacco together to me is a game changer, and this one smells so good. So close to the original, and like I said, might even be a little more kind of dense and rich than the original. I feel like the original has a little bit more of an airy and sort of fresh feel, at least in the opening, whereas this one just kind of comes out swinging. So another great option for the fall. Check it out if you haven't. Alexandria Fragrances 1981X. Okay, y'all, this next one, simply put, one of the best designer fragrances ever, period. Doesn't matter what price point we're talking about. None other than Dolce & Gabbana's The One, and this is the EDP. Actually finally finished my original bottle, so this is a new bottle I just picked up perfectly in time for the fall, and this one's so good, y'all. If you haven't smelled this one by now, I'm sure you have, but if you haven't, Just does everything so well. Has a slight freshness in the opening from that grapefruit and spices that you get. But then, you know, as you work through the mid and dry down, you get that tobacco, that amber, a really warm, kind of sweet fragrance that has the spice going in the background, and just an amazing fragrance. Again, to me, one of the best designer fragrances ever created. And even more than that, one of the best date night fragrances ever. And at this price, y'all, I mean, this one is truly a steal in my opinion. I know some people talk about the performance. For me, it works just fine. Like I said, it gives me around that 5 to 6 hour standpoint. And especially, again, one of my favorite date night fragrances. Perfect, you know, longevity for that, you know, sort of situation or scenario. And again, I always say, I'll take a fragrance that smells amazing and, you know, maybe has average performance over something that is just okay but has beast mode performance. And this one smells amazing. It's Dolce & Gabbana's The One EDP. Okay, y'all, we're about halfway through the list now, and we have another date night gem coming up next. It's Haramain's Amber Oud Dubai Night. This one actually is a clone of Montal's Arabian's Tonka, but I absolutely like this one better. Has nothing to do with price. I just prefer this scent profile a little bit more. So Arabian's Tonka is kind of that, you know, rose oud, but it has, you know, a heavy dose of tonka and vanilla as well. So definitely on the sweeter side of the kind of rose oud combo fragrances. And it smells great, but it's just a little too much. I'll be honest. It's a little too sweet. It's a little too kind of sickly and cloying, and one that I like, but I really probably would never wear myself. So when I picked this one up, you know, knowing that it was a clone, I expected the same. And again, very, very similar, but this one has a freshness in the opening. And I don't know what it is, but, you know, that freshness kind of is maintained through the mid and even the dry down, or whatever it is. It just kind of reigns in that sweetness a bit. So it's not too sweet, but still very enjoyable, very balanced. And again, you get that really nice rose, oud, tonka, some vanilla in there in the combo. And man, just smells really good. And again, just a very sensual fragrance, one that is absolutely amazing for date nights and a powerhouse performer. So the original is very strong. This one might not be quite as strong. The original is like 12 plus hours easy on my skin. This one I still easily get kind of 9 plus hours, very good projection. And again, one that works really well for date nights. Would highly, highly recommend you check this one out, fellas. It's Haramain's Amber Oud Dubai Night. Do you want a fall fragrance that just simply does it all? If so, look no further. Joe Milano's Game of Spades wildcard. So from work to date night, everything in between, this one does the trick. It just smells so good, so easy to wear, so easy to like. Oh my god, this one. So if you haven't known by now, this one is actually a clone of Bond & Brown's Lafayette Street, and probably the best, or at least the best that I've smelled, but really gives that fresh, sweet vibe to perfection, right? So you get some florals. I believe you have jasmine in here. You also get apple and vanilla and amber. So again, just that really nice, fresh, clean, but sweet vibe that just does not miss at all. So not much more to say about this one. I've talked about it a lot on the channel and will continue to, for good reason. It's none other than Joe Milano's Game of Spades wildcard. Okay, y'all, next up we have another designer gem, and it's none other than Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Y'all, this one here, I always say it's just such a cozy, warm, welcoming fragrance. I just absolutely love this one, and the price only makes it that much better. But what I always say about this one, and it's not to take away from it, I just love wearing this one like around the house, right? If I ever wake up and, you know, don't know what the day may bring me, but I just want to smell good and, you know, maybe running errands, may not, may just, you know, kind of chill around the house all day. I love just throwing this one on because, again, it's just so cozy, so comforting, so warm. Centered around that vanilla, you also have, you know, some incense in here, so you get a slight smoky vibe, but it's mostly that kind of vanilla benzoin vibe. So on the sweeter side, but a good sweetness for sure. And definitely one you can rock out on date nights as well. And really, like I said, fall time, you can wear this anytime. It doesn't really, you know, matter. It doesn't make a difference. Will work in pretty much any situation or scenario. But again, for me, like it for date nights, but love just kind of wearing it around the house as well. Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Okay, y'all, we just have a few fragrances left, and this next one is actually a new one to my collection, but I know it's going to be a staple this fall. It's none other than French Avenue's Liquid Brun. Man, oh man, to me this is fall time in a bottle. This smells like what fall is to me. Easy. Ah, yeah, so easy going, so easy to wear. So easy to fall in love with, just like I did, right? So this one, of course, is a clone of Parfums de Marly Altier. So with that original, as with this one, because this one is very close, all about that bourbon vanilla. You get some slight cinnamon and other spices in the background, but to me, the star of the show is definitely that bourbon vanilla. As it dries down, you get some musk and woods as well, but just the perfect vanilla fragrance because it's sweet without going overboard, but then it also retains some freshness as well. So just an amazing fragrance. Another one you can grab and go in the fall, wear anytime and know that you're going to be set up to smell amazing, and you're probably going to get a lot of compliments with this. So it's a new one to the collection, but it's definitely one I plan to wear a lot this fall. Can't wait. It's none other than French Avenue's Liquid Brun. Okay, y'all, just a couple fragrances left, and this next one by price is actually the cheapest on the list, but again, does not smell that way at all. It's actually Fragrance World Suits, which is a clone of YSL's Tuxedo. And this one here, y'all, just such a different fragrance, different type of fragrance, different style of fragrance. If you're used to kind of, you know, the date night fragrances that are more on the designer side, that are sweeter, things like that. This one's so warm, so rich, so ambery. You get, you know, a lot of, a hefty dose actually of patchouli, which to me I have a love-hate relationship with. So I like this one, but more of a situational wear for me. And you know, in addition to that patchouli, you get some spices, you also get rose, and you get some amber, you know, in the dry down as well. So very well done fragrance. Again, and this is another one I think will appeal more to the older demographic. So again, has that kind of warm, ambery resinous, you know, sweetness versus kind of the sugary, juvenile vanilla sweetness that you might see with some designers. So definitely one that y'all probably will appreciate. And again, this is one of the beauties of having, you know, inexpensive fragrances, because you can step outside your box a bit, try something that you maybe wouldn't regularly try or that you may not wear that often, but just, you know, give your fragrance collection some versatility, and who knows, you may even grow to love it. Which one that's definitely worth checking out, it's Fragrance World Suits. Okay, y'all, last but not least, if you know me, you probably know what this fragrance is. One of the best cheap fragrances ever, especially for the fall time. I think it could work any time of year, but I think it definitely works well in the fall, and it's none other than Lattafa's Honor and Glory. Hefty dose of pineapple, vanilla, get some light spices in the background. You also get this creme brulee note. To me, it just kind of adds to, you know, the depth, but all in all, that pineapple and vanilla with spices, chef's kiss. Smells absolutely amazing, y'all, and it's actually very, very versatile as well. So you can wear this one at any point in the fall, day, night, you know, casual, formal, whatever you need it to do, it's going to do it, and you're going to show up smelling very, very good, and probably get a lot of compliments because the vanilla in here is a heavy dose. We all know vanilla is, you know, one of the most universally liked notes out there. So fragrance that just does it all for a very, very inexpensive price. Can't say much more about this one that I haven't said already. It's Lattafa's Honor and Glory. So do me a favor, leave me a comment below. Let me know what are some of your favorite inexpensive fragrances to wear during the fall.